Russia is stepping up pressure on the United States to regain two diplomatic compounds seized in New York and Maryland. President Obama ordered them seized in December in response to Russian meddling in the 2016 election. Today, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov called it highway robbery, and his deputy held a high-level meeting at the State Department. Nick Schifrin has been following the story, and he joins me now in the studio. So, Nick, why are the Russians so interested in these two compounds?
What officials on both sides are talking about is bilateral irritants. So these are the compounds, these are the Russian diplomats who were expelled last year as part of the U.S. response to the election hacking, and these are not the major issues. These are not Syria and Ukraine, and the idea is that the fewer issues you talk about, the more likely it is you make at least a little progress.
So what are the prospects that they can reach any kind of agreement?
That's exactly what the Trump administration is trying to find, any kind of agreement. There are huge headwinds, as you know, politically in this country if you give back those compounds.
Huge.
And so, huge, exactly. But U.S. officials are worried about retribution. Russia says, look, if there's no deal today or in the near future, 36 of your diplomats will be expelled, and life for your diplomats in Russia will get even worse. And we've already seen a kind of campaign of intimidation against U.S. diplomats in Russia. In June 2016, we saw a U.S. diplomat outside of the embassy get beaten up. That is not something the U.S. wants to see again.
So quickly, where do you see this going?
It's a chicken and egg problem. The U.S. says, you hacked, we responded. If Russia were to say, no, we didn't hack, you kicked our guys out, you seized our compounds for no reason, then we retaliate, the U.S. has to say, oh, well, this is a new retaliation and yet another response. There's no telling where that would end. So U.S. is trying to say, look, the big issues, keep that aside. Maybe we can make some progress and at least, I don't know, save a bad relationship from getting even worse.
Another aspect of the U.S.-Russia relationship. Nick Schifrin, thank you.
Thanks.